elevated him to the vacant office. President Mahama went on to win the elections of 2012, but his party was defeated in the December 2016 elections, for which the NDC shrank in size in parliament and the president bows out of office in barely 48 hours.
I'll allow history to be the judge of how I have served my nation, how well I have done my part in running my lap of that relay. What that verdict will ultimately be, I cannot say. I can only say that I have done my best, giving my all, and done so with the best of intentions for my God and my country, our country Ghana. This is why I stand here today, Mr. Speaker, holding the baton of leadership, prepared to pass it on with pride, goodwill, and determination to Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, and to ask all Ghanaians to cheer him on as he runs his portion of this important relay for Ghana. Mr. Speaker, I thank you, I thank members of this House, and I thank the citizens of Ghana for the opportunity you have given me.
In the substantive elements of his address, education was the first pick of President Mahama, as he indicated the infrastructure being put in place to erase the spectre which had characterized the past. Also mentioned were the efforts to end the energy crisis, road projects for ease of transportation, improvement in water supply systems, and provision of health posts, at least in every district. President Mahama acknowledged the achievements under his predecessors in the Fourth Republic. He said each administration and leader had a pace, but the standard achievement today is the result of cumulative effort. Before he resumed his seat, President Mahama urged the entire membership of Parliament to work out a deal on the Right to Information Bill by consensus. The 6th Parliament dissolves at midnight on Friday. Napoleon Atukitu reporting.
President John Mahama has delivered the State of the Nation address, and Parliament awaits Friday midnight to inaugurate the 7th Parliament. The question is, who will occupy the leadership positions in the new Parliament? Some names have come up, especially for the minority side.
In the next Parliament, which begins at midnight on January 7, these parliamentarians who are seated here on the majority side will switch to the other side. An indication that power has changed from the NDC to the NPP. New leaders for both sides will therefore be appointed. While the incoming majority side are yet to announce their side of the leadership, the NDC are working around the clock to elect their own just after the dissolution of the 6th Parliament of the 4th Republic. The Member of Parliament for Zebula in the Boko West constituency, Mr. Cletus Avoka, said there is a criteria that is used by the party to appoint their leaders, whether in government or in opposition.
The minority leader will run the caucus, and then you have to take care of all the idiosyncrasies of members of Parliament from your side. You have to take care of all the interests and differences of the members of Parliament. So you have to manage them. It's not easy to manage human beings. You have to manage them in such a way that they will always listen to you or obey you when you are on your feet. So you must be a very good administrator, a listener, a team player, and somebody who can perform. Secondly, and more importantly, the minority leader must be somebody who is knowledgeable in terms of the constitution of the country, in terms of the standing orders of Parliament, and in terms of the workings of government. He mentioned a couple of names
that have popped up for consideration.
I have heard 2 names being bandied about. My very good friend, honorable and learned friend, honorable Haruna Idrisu, outgoing Minister for Manpower, and then and also my very good friend James Aveji, who's been the chairman of the Finance Committee for some time now. I know the 2 gentlemen very well. I know their track record. They are both responsible people. The national executives still have to do wide consultation with the caucus, and they may, at the end of the day, allow the caucus to choose a leader for them. If this scenario is adopted, where the caucus have the final say, I think that the caucus will have confidence.
Mr. Cletus Avoka, however, sounded a note of caution to his party members.
We lost election heavily, and therefore we need to adopt methods or measures that will bring smiles back to Ghanaians or confidence back to the Ghanaians, and therefore work hard towards retaining power.
Whatever.
A 16-year-old second-year agriculture science student of the Accra Academy Senior High School, Andrew Adansi Bona, has launched a campaign on food security in the country. Dubbed Food for All, Adansi Bona believes every Ghanaian should have enough cheap and nutritious food all year round.
A report from the UN World Food Programme indicates that over 790 million people in the world do not have nutritious and sufficient food to eat. The vast majority of these people live in developing countries where 12.9% of the population is undernourished. In Ghana, about 1.2 million people, representing 5% of Ghana's population, are food insecure. 34% of the population are in the Upper West region, followed by Upper East with 15% and Northern region with 10%. Up to 1.5 million people vulnerable to food insecurity live in the rural and urban areas of the remaining 7 regions, with the largest share of them in the Bonafo region, constituting 11%. 10% in Ashanti, followed by Eastern 8% and the Volta region 7%. The situation calls for immediate action. African leaders have on their part renewed their commitment to adopt another 10-year accelerated agricultural growth and transformation plan for shared prosperity and improved livelihoods, dubbed the Malabo Declaration. A 16-year-old second-year agricultural science student of the Accra Academy Senior High School, Andrew Adansi Bona, is also leading a campaign to encourage subsistence and large-scale farming, among others. His wish is to accomplish the 5-year project, which is aimed at addressing issues relating to food insecurity, nutrition, and poverty. Andrew says this will encourage export while discouraging excessive importation of food and meat into the country. Dubbed Food for All project, the initiative entails the establishment of model farms to encourage the youth to go into agriculture.
I started planting maize and later on developed a drip irrigation system for tomatoes and other vegetables, and later on established rabbitry, so I have a few rabbits also at home for backyard. Ghana is supposed to be one of the countries which has the best agricultural services involving their youth, and for it to have a global market across the world as a whole. Considering agriculture as a cause was also a problem to me. Advice from friends and rumors also quite discouraged me, but that didn't stop me from choosing agriculture as a cause.
Ghana's economic indicators suggest that agriculture is the bedrock of the economy. However, once the sector is developed, agro-based industries will spring up, leading to the mobility of the labor force and better opportunities of employment.
100 brilliant but needy students from Doma Ahinkro are now beneficiaries of the Doma Education Fund, DOMEF. The scheme is an initiative of the Doma Traditional Council to promote quality education in the area.
Beneficiary students of the 16th edition of the scheme are made up of 58 tertiary level students and 42 from the second cycle. Their scholarships are valued at 50,000 Ghana cedis. A spokesperson of the board of directors of DOMEF, Barima Opon Chireme, said so far 169 students have benefited from the fund, with about 500,000 Ghana cedis expanded on them. After the presentation, it was time to make merry. The end-of-year get-together of the Doma traditional area has been a permanent fixture on the social calendar of the people for much of the 17 years that the Omahini Osajifo Ajimaimbedu has been on the stool. On this occasion, the chiefs and Queen Mother swish their traditional cloth for suits and evening gowns as they wine and dine with their subjects from far and near. It also serves as an opportunity to review activities in the year about to end and plan ahead for a successful year. Osajifo Ajimaimbedu commended Ghanaians for their exemplary comportment during the 2016 elections. He also thanked the various presidential candidates for accepting the results. However, he frowned on the trading of insults during the campaign, especially those targeted at presidential candidates. He called for unity among Ghanaians. The Omahini congratulated the NPP for winning the vote and urged them to strive to match the achievements of the NDC. Osajifo Ajimaimbedu was happy that no violence was reported in his traditional area during the elections. Earlier in a welcome address, the Jasihini of the Doma traditional area, Berima Oponya Ababio, said the end-of-year get-together remains a regular feature for the 17 years that the Osajifo has been on the throne and is promoting unity among the people.
All is set for the presidential inauguration ceremony for the president-elect Nana Akufo-Addo on the 7th of January. A drive through some ceremonial streets in Accra shows a massive street cleaning exercise by some groups. The exercise, which began some few days ago, was to usher in the new year and also prepare for the inaugural ceremony.
The Independence Square has been the official place for inaugural ceremonies held for successive governments. Come 7th January, the president-elect would be sworn in. Improved sanitation is one of the key issues that must be given attention as the country prepares to host dignitaries from across Africa and beyond. GBC24's news team drove through some ceremonial streets from the airport area, with all indications showing that visitors will arrive soon. The 37 area, Kanda, the Alisa traffic light, Ridge Hospital area, through to the State House and to the Independence Square had been given a facelift of decorations. The streets had been cleaned, road medians cleared of weeds, and a general beautification of some major streets were draped in national colors. Speaking to some communication officers from Zoomline Ghana Limited, Mr. Adams Mahama and Mr. Robert Coleman, the cleanup and beautification exercise is a collaboration with the Accra Metropolitan Assembly and Parks and Gardens.
On the D-Day, we'll be having a lot of our workers on the field to ensure that during the event, when people litter, we pick and then we sweep. Immediately we finish the event, we will ensure that the whole place is kept clean. We'll be bringing a lot of mobile toilets that will be used by the people who come. Waste bins will also be provided alongside most of the ceremonial streets.
At the Independence Square, space had been created for the guard of honor for the president-elect. This will be represented by 96 non-commissioned and 3 commission officers. GBC24 witnessed the final dress rehearsal by the Ghana Armed Forces. Engineers were also getting set for the ceremony. The Armed Forces Central Band were also represented in their numbers. The level of security representation was very high. The IGP, Chief of Defense Staff, Commandant of Kofi Annan International Peacekeeping and Training Center, and their entourage were taking on a tour to assess work done so far. This is exactly where the president-elect will be seated and also here for the swearing in. The Director of Public Relations at the Ghana Armed Forces, Colonel Eric Agrikwashi said measures are being put in place to provide a smooth event.
The spectators will come and then will just comport themselves and take instructions from the personnel who will be on ground and might be directing them, go here, sit here. If we all take instructions, everything will go well.
This is a mounted squadron of the Ghana Police Service. They are to escort the outgoing president and ushering the incoming president as part of the preparation. Centers for vendors are also set because some to-be occupants have already mounted their tents. Dorothy Ajimai, GBC24, Accra.
GTV announces to its cherished viewers that the station will go off air at 11 p.m. today due to a technical fault. This is to enable technicians carry out repair works on its transmission sites. Any inconvenience caused is deeply regretted. You're watching News Alive on GBC24 and GTV. We'll be back with the business news after this short break. Please don't go away.
Hello again, my name is Maurice Ogbete, still News Alive on GBC24. We talk business. Now, treasury yields trended downward at the final quarter of 2016 due to slowdown in inflation and strong demand for treasury securities in the midst of low confidence in the stock market. However, short-term treasury yields opened the 2017 year on the upside as the 91-day and 182-day bills strengthened by 32 basis points to 27 basis points to 16.75% and 17.91% on weak demand.
The yield on the one-year note softened by 50 basis points to a 33-month low of 20.50% in the first week of 2017 on strong demand. The government raised 1.22 million Ghana cedis in the first week of 2017, which was slightly above the target of 1.194 million Ghana cedis for the week. While investors undersubscribed for the 91-day and 182-day bills, there was significant oversubscription for the one-year note, which has a higher yield. The Bank of Ghana is expected to auction 1.85 billion Ghana cedis treasury securities, comprising 1.45 billion Ghana cedis short-term bills of 91-day and 182-day and 400 million cedis two-year notes on Friday, January 6, 2017, to be issued on Monday, January 9, 2017.
And still in business, motorists will have to dip their hands deep into their pockets before they can refuel their vehicles. The development follows a 9% jump in the prices of petroleum products on the market. The increment is attributed to the rise in oil prices on the international market, which hit $58 per barrel Tuesday.
Increase in oil prices on the international market is blamed for the upward adjustment of fuel prices announced on Wednesday, 4th January by the oil marketing companies. A litre of petrol, which used to cost 3.73 Ghana cedis, is now going for 4.08 Ghana cedis per litre. Diesel will also now sell at 3.99 Ghana cedis per litre. The increment has now taken effect at all the fuel stations across the capital, Accra. Interestingly, most of the drivers were not aware of the price difference, though it was displayed on the board. Theodora Clare was not happy about increase in petroleum products because it will affect her budget for the month.
I am not happy because anytime these things come, the repercussion is on the taxi drivers and the chocho drivers. There's so much chaos in the chochos. That is my problem. But for me, if I have to move my car, I move it. If not, I just leave it in the house.
Commercial drivers say they are the hardest hit when petroleum prices are reviewed upwards because for more than 5 months now, they have not been allowed to adjust their fares to correspond to the development on the oil market. They say this has affected their profit margins, though other ancillary items, including spare parts prices, have gone up significantly.
Because your bus are human and to me, as I can't grow monfo. Or monfo cry, will be chins, Kakra, what to my 12 women, and Subechins, and Anasiasa. Just what to me, they are near high empire, high.
However, some drivers are optimistic that Nana Akufo-Addo's government will reduce prices of petroleum products as promised during the 2016 election campaign.
Is this the legacy they are leaving for us? Our president. Today he just finished his State of the Nation address, but I was shocked that he will increase the fuel today. So I don't know, but we hope the new government coming, our government, Nana Addo Akufo-Addo, will do something about this thing.
OPEC's oil output in December fell from a record high ahead of a deal to cut production, helped by attacks on Nigeria's oil industry and top exporter Saudi Arabia trimming exports. Supply from OPEC in December fell to 34.18 million barrels per day from a revised 34.38 million barrels per day in November. Oil hit an 18-month high of $58.37 a barrel on Tuesday, boosted by an OPEC agreement to lower supply from January.
We go to the interbank market where the Ghana cedi is trading at 4 cedis 21 pesos to the US dollar, 5 cedis 18 pesos to the pound sterling, and 4 cedis 41 pesos to the euro. On the international commodities market, a barrel of oil selling at $53.63, an ounce of gold at $1,175, a ton of cocoa is going for $2,220. And that was business.
Welcome to the health segment. Agbogboloshi, located in Old Fadama, is one of the largest slum areas in Accra. With a population of over 40,000 who are mostly settlers, the community still lacks some basic social amenities. The inauguration of a clinic comes as a relief to the people, which means they no longer have to travel too far from their homes to access medical care.
Agbogboloshi is a large portion of the Old Fadama slum area in the Ododo-Odio constituency. This is one of the settlements some Ghanaians from the northern part of the country settled during the conflict between the Konkombas and Nanumbas in the 1990s. Even though it was meant to be a temporary settlement, the inhabitants started yam business to earn a living, and the place became the Konkoma Yam Market, one of the biggest in the country. This is where most cereals and other foodstuffs are transported in large quantities from northern Ghana to the south. Despite the growing number of the population, the people live under very poor conditions. Few of the children here go to school, and even these children have to travel outside the community to receive formal education. The few infrastructure available in this settlement is privately owned. The drainage system is very poor as such residents regularly suffer from cholera and malaria. The closest medical center is the Osha Fort Clinic, and the residents complain that when they are not well, they have to travel through heavy traffic before getting to the clinic. The saddest part is they are not attended to immediately. Many of them now resort to self-medication. After living in this slum for several years and coming to terms with their challenges, Father Subhash Chetilapili acquired support to help them with some of the amenities they lack.
See, every country is big or small. It depends what we really need to do to help the people. There are everybody poor, everywhere needs of help, but there is some people really need not only just material help, even moral, spiritual. So I find Old Padama, City of God, one of the best place where you can work with the people to make known even that situation where they live, God loves them and they are two human beings.
The new clinic would provide medical center to all the residents of the Agbogloshi, Old Fadama and other surrounding areas. It is also supposed to provide first aid to the people in cases of emergency. Mr. Al-Hassan Adams is a member of the Council of Elders in the Agbogloshi community and could not hide his relief over the provision of the new clinic.
No gutters for us. Really, dreams are not there. That creates a lot of sickness for us. Once the rainfall like this, we face challenges here. All places are filthy. We will choked with water. Some people will sleep in water 3 days, 4 days in their rooms. And then all the area, rainy season time, all the area will be muddy. So all these things, when flies touch on this muddy and other things, and then sit on the food, you get cholera. Malaria is our problem now. Some sleep rooms about 5, 6 in a room, 10 in a room. So that also even gives us a lot of problems.
Some of the residents expressed their gratitude to Father Chitilapili.
Traveling from here to the nearest clinic is difficult. We are glad for this gesture.
Cholera is a common disease here. When we report to the Osha Fort Clinic, we are not given immediate attention.
Health insurance is very important. I'll be very glad if this clinic here will assist with health insurance.
Father Subhash Chitilapili appealed to doctors and nurses to volunteer their services to the people.
I want to run the center free volunteers and without paying, because I don't have capacity to pay them, because it's totally free. So there are lots of doctors and nurses in Ghana to dedicate 1 or 2 hours once in a week or something. Also give me opportunity for them to serve our brothers and sisters who need real help.
News just in, the minority in parliament have selected their leadership. Minority leader goes to Mr. Haruna Idrisu. The deputy minority leader is Mr. James Aveji. The minority chief whip is Alhaji Muntaka Muhammad, and the deputy whip is Mr. Ahmed Ibrahim. The second deputy whip is Comfort Doyo Kujo Ganza. You're still watching News Hour on GBC24. There's more to come. Please stay with us.
Hello, good evening, and updates from happenings in the world of sports. News just coming in has it that the Ministry of Youth and Sports today started payment of the Ghana Football Association President, Mr. Kwesi Nyantakyi, says the 2016-2017 Ghana Premier League will kick off on February 4, 2017, whilst the GN Bank Division 1 League starts on 3rd February 2017. The announcement was made at the Extraordinary Congress in Accra. Congress of the Ghana Football Association took place at the Alisa Hotel in Accra. The Congress commenced with an address by the President, Kwesi Nyantakyi, Mr. Nyanchichi revealed that the 2016-2017 Ghana Premier League will kick off on February 4, 2017, whilst the GN Bank Division 1 League will start on February 3, 2017. He also revealed that the session will be preceded by the traditional season opening Super Cup and the reintroduction of the Gala competition, which is making a return after a 16-year absence. The Super Cup between Premier League champions Wild Stars and FA Cup winners Bichim United will be played on the 22nd of January in Tamale. The Gala, which will be played among Premier League clubs, will be played in Kumasi on the 28th and 29th. The GFA president revealed that hosting of the gala will be rotated in subsequent editions to allow fans in their various regions to also have a chance of seeing newly signed players by Premier League clubs. Congress also deliberated on the executive committee's approval of 7 amendments to the constitution. A proposal for a change to Article 13 Clause 4 of the General Regulations was rejected. Article 8 Clause 8 was amended, as well as Article 72 Clause 1F was approved. So the Ghana Football Association has presented special awards to some distinguished personalities at its extraordinary congress. The recipients included the Asante Hene Otumfo Oseitu, the Doma Hene Osajefo Osiadeyo Ajimambedu, and Toby Afede. The award is in honor of their contributions to sports development in the country.
Climaxed the extraordinary Congress of the Ghana Football Association in Accra. It was to acknowledge the contributions of these personalities to the development of football in the country. The awards were in 3 categories: gold, diamond and platinum. There were 2 gold awards which were presented posthumously. One was given to the family of George Boro Dasobere and one to Alhaji Amadou Idrisu. Alhaji Idrisu was the one who donated cars to Ghana's Under-20 World Cup winning team. Former U.S. Ambassador to Ghana, Stephanie Sanders Sullivan, was also recognized for her love for the development of women's football. Former Sports Minister Honorable E.T. Mensah was honored with a Diamond Prize for his role in the formation of the current Ghana Premier League, as well as the successes of the various national teams under his tenure. The other gold awards were presented to Mr. J.Y. Apia, Madame Sophia Okule, Kweku Ampem Dakun, Dr. Kujo Benjamin Taylor of Sanford World Clinic, Mr. Ernest Thompson, CEO of SNET, Madame Habiba Ataforson, and Alex Mold, CEO of GMPC. The Diamond Awards went to Dr. Sir Sam Jonah, Dr. Kwabena Dufo of Unibank, Honorable Yao Osafo Mafo, and Dr. Parkwesi Indum. The Platinum Awards category saw the Domahene Osajefo Osiadeyo Ajimambedu II being honored. He founded Aduana Stars Football Club and guided them to win the Ghana Premier League in their first year in the top flight. Next was Togbe Apede, the Agbogbomefia of Asogli State and President of the National House of Chiefs. The GFA said thank you to him for his financial support in helping one of Ghana's most glamorous clubs, Accra House of Folk, in his quest to revive its past glories. Otumfo Oseitu the Asante Hene, who is the life patron of Asante Kotoko, was also honored. His awards, according to officials of the GFA, will be presented on a special day as he is currently mourning the demise of his mother. Some recipients of the awards were grateful for the...
A former Youth and Sports Minister, E.T. Mensah, has thrown his weight behind the Black Stars ahead of the start of AFCON 2017. Mr. E.T. Mensah is therefore calling for massive support for the team.
AFCON 2017 is some days away, with the Black Stars expected to break a 3-decade wait for the trophy. The longest-serving minister at the Youth and Sports Ministry, Honorable E.T. Mensah, says all that the Black Stars need is the total of all Ghanaians.
I feel, in my inner mind that this time round we'll make it. We've been at it for too many times. And several times whether we got silver or got silver. But, I think that we will. We'll get there.
What should we do?
So what we should do as the media, you have a very important role to play. Let's not criticize them, just anyhow. Encourage them. Tell them that, they'll get there. And that
The cap is there for them. Encourage them. That was what I used to tell my players. Look, you are there. You can make it. Go out there and make it. And I also want to play to the players. They should not be talking about bonuses. Go and win. And when you win, after you've won, then we'll talk about bonuses.
He gave a word to the incoming Youth and Sports Minister.
My advice to whoever is coming as a sports minister, I advise almost all our people, don't go and lord it over the people. Don't look down on people. You don't go and lord it over the person. You don't go and cheat the person. You have to go and work with the person. Once you understand that and you go to that level, you succeed.
The Black Stars are in Group D with Uganda, Mali and Egypt. The 2017 AFCON is live on GTV, GTV Sports Plus and Obonu TV. It is also live on all GBC regional FM stations.
That's all for sports.
Hello, good evening. Time for some arts news. My name is Valerie Danso. In 2016, the song I Don't Know You burst on the Ghanaian music scene and made headlines in entertainment circles. Ayat, the composer of the song, is also the organizer of Madfest, a concert during the 2016 Christmas holidays. Ayat says he sold his belongings to organize the festival. He was our guest on the showbiz segment.
In 2015, me and my brother DJ Yoga had this idea to put on a show. I was like, Medina is a hub of a lot of talent, but there isn't any platform to put on all these talents. So we came up with Madfest, which is actually an acronym for Music of African Descent. It was tough because, you know, there's no money in putting on a show. I gathered my TV, my sneakers, my clothes, my computer. I even sold my microwave. Yeah, so you enter my room and now it's empty. There's nothing in my room, just a couple of clothes and a fan here. So a bunch of stuff had to go to make Madfest happen. And then I was still short. So Yoga talked to a few people and then we like, girl in the hood know me. From your auntie to your sisters and your grandma to some boy don't know about me. Or make I tell you who I be, yeah, I'm the Yarun Zamani. Banjin komi na yi komi, yeah, they call me Yarun Zamani. Banjin komi na yi komi, yeah. Our president-elect has been at it for a while now, but he finally, you know, got it. Yeah, you understand? So just look at that and say whatever you're doing, push until you're what? The elect of whatever it is, just keep pushing, never give up in whatever it is you're doing. Push, do it, don't listen to what anybody will tell you. So long as you're not hurting anybody or hurting yourself, that is, and you believe in what you're doing, keep pushing, be the best you can be, and don't compare yourself to anyone.
That's all in this segment. We'll now take the weather report.
That's it for the weather updates. Good evening. See you tomorrow.
And that's it for the news for now. Thank you so much for watching.
Have a good evening.
Good evening.